Right then, it's a quick walk around video. This is for a Honda CR-V 2 litre EX manual. 64 plates, as you can see. Lovely low mileage in the car, just 56,000 miles, and it is in absolutely beautiful condition. Finished in silver, full black leather interior. Go around the car for you, starting with the front. Lights and lenses are clear, intact, there's no cracks or condensation there. Front of the car very clean and tidy. Any stone chips are microscopic, just I can hardly see anything on there at all. Near side of the car, passenger side, lovely and smooth in the panel work, really clean. Near side front alloy, exceptionally clean as well. The car's just been swilled off, it's not ever been polished, and yet just a very natural gleam to the car. Comes from very careful ownership. Go around the back. Rear wings, rear corners are good. Tailgate unmarked, from what I can see. Offside of the car, again, beautifully smooth down the panels there. Offside rear, alloy beautiful again. Sorry, it's going to rain, so I'm just sort of scuttling around a bit quick, but as there's pretty much nothing to see, there's nothing to report. I'm sure if you look really hard, it's going to be a microscopic something or other somewhere, but I can't spot anything. It is beautiful. Let's come to the back, business end of the car. Absolutely enormous boots on the CR-Vs. Normally heavily used, because that's what they're designed for, but this one's been kept in beautiful condition. Just coming into the back now, rear leg room is amazing in the cars. If you're 6 foot, you can have a 6-footer behind you with leg room to spare. Leatherwork, as with the rear of the car, it's been kept beautifully, which is a greater achievement when you think that kids normally sit in the back here and play havoc. Front of the passenger side, very clean and tidy, full set of original Honda mats in the car. Passenger seat there again, not been given an enormous amount of use. Finally come to the driver's door card, again very clean. Same with the footwell areas there. The driver's seat for a car that's now 10 years old, regardless of mileage, in beautiful condition. So inside the car now, engine's running as always, pardon me, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dashboard's in beautiful condition again. Sat nav, you can see, working exactly as it should. Got the car into reverse, you've got the rear parking camera, which complements the front and rear parking sensors fitted to the car. Carrying on down, you see just how nicely it's been kept. And coming to the dash pinnacle, hopefully you can see 56,403 miles, and the only warning light which is on with the information light is low fuel. Once fuel's put in, there's nothing on the dashboard at all. There's no warning lights at all there. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack, lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2 litre EX manual. Car's registered PN64EFK, and with a mileage of 56,403 recorded. The reason we do these videos, very simply, is because we just want to make sure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car actually in operation. Like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive, which can be hugely frustrating if you've travelled any kind of distance, of course. Pardon me, I've got a bit of a tickly cough, so I'll try and minimise it if I can. We also do it on these very quiet country roads. It's a beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a drive in the car. Coming to the car, it's clearly been very well looked after in every way, and driving it doesn't disappoint. It drives absolutely beautifully. Push button start, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all related to the engine or any other part of the car. I've now put a little drop of fuel in, so the fuel light's out, no information light on the dash now. The engine's just an absolute peach. It's been said by me and many others that Honda build the best 4-cylinder engines in the world, and it's true. This engine, pardon me, this engine is the toughest, most reliable engine in its class. They're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about. But more than that, it's just how it drives. It's such a sweet engine. It's tractable. You can pull from very low revs. It doesn't fluff or flutter in any way, but when you do put your foot down, you get that lovely muted intake noise from the Hondas. Sweet edged. You just tell it's an engineering company that's put a lot of time and effort into developing a wonderful unit. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox in the car. Clutch on the car is absolutely spot on, bite point exactly where it's meant to be. It's lovely and smooth in operation. Gearbox, just another classic brilliant Honda gearbox, tough as boots. Angle of the gear lever going into the dash here, mounted high up relatively, is perfect for as your arm moves. But unlike so many of its competitors, which can be quite long-winded, notchy, vague affairs, this is short, snappy. It's just a joy to use. Most manufacturers would put this feel of gearbox in something much sportier. But Honda, they're masters at this, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. It just is tight in every single way. Then moving on to the steering and chassis of the car, Honda were light years ahead of the game when they developed the original CR-V. Came out, it drove like a car. None of the compromises you got with lots of its competitors, which still felt very truck-like to drive. And the steering is a huge part of it. It's quick, it's accurate, it's absolutely precise, nicely weighted, it's not overlight, and it never ever feels detached or makes the car feel nervous in any way on the road. And it works beautifully with the chassis of the car. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed, or actually any speed up to the legal limit. The chassis itself has to achieve two things with a car like this, and it's very, very hard to achieve, which is why it's actually genius what they've come up with. Because to get a tall car to not only handle but also to ride well is very difficult. If you go for a soft ride, you go through a corner like this, it'll pitch, it'll wallow, it'll be moving around lots, and be quite nauseating. And some manufacturers go for that, but when you first drive them, you think, oh, these are lovely and comfortable, until you start to show it some more challenging roads. Others go for a more stiffly sprung approach, which can be great through corners, but very brittle and uncomfortable. This manages to hit the sweet spot for both. It's very comfortable, beautifully judged ride. But when you go through corners, it does it with great body control. Do not believe for a second a lot of the motoring press and the YouTubers in this world. They say, oh, it's a bit boring to drive. Well, do you know what? Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, but I don't see that actually as a criticism. It's actually really nice to drive. Well, they don't actually tell you that. But when you do go through corners, it's got far more ability than you'd ever believe. But it's not and never was designed to be a sports car. But it is a brilliant SUV. Incidentally, going over a horrible section of road there, no clonks, no rattles at all from the suspension. All, as I said, just feels incredibly tight on the road. Pardon me. Brakes themselves are excellent, powerful. There's no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal. So all in fine order there. And then coming inside, you've got this great driving position, brilliant visibility all around the car, helped by these huge wing mirrors and a windscreen that goes deep into the dash as well, so you can actually see the bonnet of the car. The dash layout itself, like all Hondas, it's beautifully put together. Even though this is a top of the range car with a lot of equipment, it's not a car that you get in and you feel phased by in any way. I always say, literally 2 or 3 days in the car and you've mastered it. It becomes second nature very quickly, and Honda are very good at that, generally speaking. Pardon me. As you can see, sat-nav working perfectly. Likewise, dual zone climate control systems. You can have different temperatures side to side if you so wish. That does pump out ice cold air, by the way. All of the switch gear, whenever you press any button on a Honda or twist anything, has that high quality feel to it, which is really, really satisfying to use, and is designed to last the life of the car and feel the same all the way through. Pardon me. Then you got your dash in front, the binnacle, simple, legible, white on black dials, as it should be really. modern dashes are far too complicated. I've just been away in my next generation CR-V, which is a lovely car, but I much prefer this dash design. It's just so much easier on the eye, in my opinion. There's too much going on in modern cars for ancient brains like mine. And then finally this lovely leather-bound steering wheel. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, albeit you don't push any buttons, don't do anything at all. It does it all automatically, because Honda worked out very, very quickly when they designed the original CR-V that most people driving the car will be driving as I am right now, where I don't need four-wheel drive at any time. So basically it runs the car in the most efficient way possible, which is in two-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Should it need to go into four-wheel drive, it does it absolutely seamlessly and reacts via the traction control far more quickly than you ever could yourself. So if you were to pull away on a bit of snow or ice or mud, front wheels momentarily lose a tiny bit of grip, and it's just like someone pushing the back of their hand. You feel the rear wheels kick in and you get that extra grip, and it's genius. We own two CR-Vs as a family. We tow with one of them. We've never come close to getting stuck with it. And the advantages of it not being used are hopefully patently obvious. You're going to use less fuel, get through your tyres less quickly, and put far less mechanical stress through the car. As I say, so much so that we've never, we sold thousands of these. I can't remember ever putting a spanner on a four-wheel drive system of one, so it is incredibly robust. The car drives absolutely beautifully, can't fault it.